am Shenelle Simone with Media Girls Network, and I am here with the one and only, one of Atlanta's most leading dentists, a wife, mother, businesswoman, anything you name it, Dr. Heavenly, you are doing it. So with no further induction, Dr. Heavenly, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, darling. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much.
Yes, that's no problem. So one thing I want to talk about with you, one thing how I do my interviews, you know, we see you on TV and everything. I like to have a personal connection. Like, ask the question like, hey, like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So let's talk about you and your background and all these hats that you wear. How do you manage to keep it all together? Like, reading your bio and everything, I'm like, wow, do you ever get any sleep?
Well, the interesting thing on my bio is I know I don't look it, but I'm a woman of a certain age, so I've had time to do a lot of things. Okay. I graduated from Miami Northern Senior High School. I don't know who all is from Miami. I went to FAMU for undergrad, pre-med major biology. From there, I went to Meharry Medical College, and I met the love of my life, Dr. Damon Kimes, and
you had college love.
Babies, huh?
You had college love.
Yeah. From medical school, from dental school. He was in the med school. You know, we met on the set, and you know, that's history now. We've been together 27 years, and we've been married 24. I gave him 3 babies, and I've done a lot of things. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've had a lot of triumphs as well. And I just enjoy life, honestly, and live it to the fullest.
Definitely. And one thing I have to shout out, what's important to me is shout out to the HBCU graduates out there. I am also an HBCU graduate. I attended Albany State University, you know, so, you know, Tallahassee and Albany not too far from each other. So I've been there a few times. So definitely, especially as a Black woman, being this high stature that you are, attending the HBCU, because a lot of people talk down on us saying, oh, don't go here, go there, don't go to no HBCU because you won't be successful. So shout out to you to attend the FAMU.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody I know that went to HBCU is successful. I mean, I'm here in Atlanta. I don't know where you are, but Atlanta is the melting pot.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm in Atlanta too.
Oh, well, it's the mecca of Black professionals. Everybody I know is either an attorney, an accountant, a dentist, a physician, or something. So, you know, it's the mecca of Black professionals. That's all I know here.
That's all you got you. Exactly. So shout out to all my HBCU graduates. Shout out to all my Rams and Rattlers. Oh, y'all call Rattlers, right?
Yeah, I'm a Rattler, baby. Yeah, I'm a Rattler. Strike it in.
So let's dig down. I know you gave a brief description about your college experience and your upbringing. So let's take it back to being from Miami. And where did you get your inspiration to become a dentist? You know?
You know, my mom instilled in me early that I was going to be a doctor. That's all she ever said. Since I was 4 years old, I can remember her saying a doctor. And I used to say pediatrician.
Okay.
And as I grew up, I didn't like little kids and they snotty nose, and I didn't like that. And I was at Meharry Medical. I was at Florida A&M University, and my major was pre-med. And there was a recruiter that came from Meharry Medical College and talked to me about dentistry. I shadowed a dentist and found that that's the job I wanted because I wanted to be a wife and a mother. I didn't want to be on call and do a long residency and all that. I wanted to find me a man, get married, have some babies, and work part-time, and that's what I do. So, yeah.
Okay. So talk about that moment where you went to FAMU and shout out to my STEM majors that you chose chemistry. Like at any point, did you know you were going to be a dentist, or did you be like, okay, wait, hold on now, I don't know if I want to do this when you got to college?
No, I knew I wanted to be a doctor. I knew I wanted to be. I didn't change my major. I kept the same major, but I changed my mind from MD to DDS because the recruiter came and talked to me about dentistry. You know, it was less time in school as far as like I didn't have to do a long residency program. I could set my own hours. I would never be on call. And that kind of sold it for me. And then I could make people beautiful. And that's all I really wanted to do. And I went there to find my man. You know what I mean?
Girl, that you know, that's your very, very got you finding a man. After graduating, what was one of the hardest things that you faced early on in your career being a dentist? Did like mouths freak you out? Like one thing that you endeavor, like, okay, like.
Now, I think you get used to anything. I think probably one of the most difficult things is when I came right out of school, you know, you look really young, so it takes time for people to start respecting you as a doctor. Even when you came in the office, the people would assume you were the assistant. You know, you would have to wear a lab coat for them to know. The older I got, the better it got. But when I first started out, it was difficult for me. And you know, it's always hard to find good staff. Now, I got a big shout out to my front desk and my assistants now, because my front desk has been with me 17 years. You know, it take a little turnover, but when you found the right people, that's probably the hardest thing, finding the right staff.
Got you, and that's definitely important. So one thing somebody said in the comments is, Dr. Heavenly, forget Sierra prayer. What's your prayer? Okay, I know that what's your prayer in finding a relationship? Because I know one thing I wanted to touch on, that you are certified relationship coach, right?
Absolutely, I'm a certified relationship expert. But my prayer, when you say prayer, you mean prayer, right?
Yeah, because you know, people be asking for Sierra
prayer. Positive affirmations. I would write down, take a picture, and memorize or look at the same thing over and over again about what I wanted in a man. And when I saw my husband, I knew that was him. You know, I put up a vision board. And I put down everything I wanted in a man. You know, I put down everything I wanted in the career. I would put down everything I wanted in life, as far as like kids and, you know, like material things, what I wanted, a house, a car, and I'm telling you, that stuff worked. Vision it, look at it every day, do something every day to get to your goals, and pray for it. God gonna give it to you.
Now, how long did it take for you to find your man? Because I've been doing vision boards for my man for about 5 years.
Well, girl, you just can't do a vision board. You got to get out there in it, girl. And you got to have, you know what I mean, special skills, you know, to get the man. Honestly, I know how to cook very well. And I got like, I've always been very confident, you know what I mean? And I think that's the part, you know?
We know that ain't no problem.
Confident. I think, you know, it's always a lot of pretty girls, but ain't maybe one heavenly, you know? So I found out what I wanted. I made sure I found somebody that was compatible. And I always had a power of discernment. So when I saw my husband, I knew he was a good guy. I knew he was the man for me. And I knew he was the man that God sent for me when I first met him. I'm telling you, it was love at first sight.
So how did y'all meet? Where, in the library?
Now, mind you, he had a girlfriend, but that didn't make me know another man because he wasn't married, okay?
Ladies, sometimes you need to go ahead and shoot. See, so, ladies, sometimes you need to go ahead on and shoot the other. So that didn't intimidate you at all.
Now, don't shoot him, the wife now, but the girlfriend, you can
no.
She ain't no baddie. Right. But no, I was always confident. I met my husband, we were on the set. Am I talking loud? Because I never know if I'm talking too loud.
No, girl, you're talking just right.
I was class early, and he was leaving early, and we met kind of on the set. And he looked at me, I looked at him, you know. And then he said something to me like, "When you gonna put your lips on me?" or something. He said like that to me. Damon was bold. I said, "Ooh," you know. I said like, "Don't you have a girlfriend?" And he said, "Yeah, he had a girlfriend." So you know. I don't know how he got my phone number, but he started calling. Anyway.
Oh, okay. You know what? We're going to cut Mr. some slack.
Now, you don't ask for the story.
Okay. Let me hear.
Long story short, no. The next time I saw him, we were at a party. It was a Q party because he was an Omega. And I saw him again, and I said, he picked me up. He picked me up and carried me across the party. Like, picked me up and carried me across the party. And I was like, hold up, I ain't trying to get beat up. Where your girlfriend at? And he said to me, you're my girlfriend. And that we've been together every night ever since.
See, why that don't work for me? You know how many Q's party I done been to? I done been to Q's.
You ain't doing the right thing, girl. You ain't picked the right one.
I done been to Sigmas, Kappas, Q's, Iotas.
You went to Zeta? Oh, shoot. Sigma, girl.
So shout out to that. And just to touch on the relationship piece real quick, you know, this day and age is different. You know, everybody talk about the millennial woman, we're not traditional no more. So what advice would you give to us millennial women on dating, especially dating in Atlanta? You know, it's competition out here. It's hard dating in Atlanta.
It really is. It's hard, and everybody I know looking for a man. But honestly, and I know I get a lot of ridicule for saying this, and I know I get a lot of backflash and all of that back. You gotta be a woman and let the man be the man. You gotta be submissive. You look at Beyonce. She's every woman. She got everything, but you can see she's meek and mild. And I mean, I'm not that, but I am that with my man. You know what I mean? Let him be the man. Let him lead. I don't give a damn. Y'all talking about these men that don't have no job. Y'all black women will not respect a man that ain't working. Usually. I know some of y'all gonna say, yeah, the man, if he ain't bringing on no money, we ain't. Let him be the man, because he don't even feel right when he's not. And it ain't always you. You might could accept it, but he's always looking like, okay, you doing better than him. And if you make more money than your man, you more educated than your man, that's fine. Just shut the hell up about it. Stop saying it. Stop telling them. Stop telling people. Because the men don't like that. They want to be the leader of the house. They do. And if you want to, I mean, I don't know how to say this, but you want a man's man. You don't want no, not a man's man. You want a man's man. And men think with their testosterone, they think with both of their heads, and they want to be a leader.
Exactly. And you know what? I hear that often in Clubhouse, and we're independent, we're this and that. Oh, women get degrees just to show off. They don't really do it to do this and that. And I hear it, and maybe I thought different, like, in a sense, but now that you're saying it and I hear it often, it's like, okay, Shenelle, maybe I'm a little bold. I'm a little, I don't know when to be quiet. You're right. I just have to have something to say. But you know what, Dr. Heavenly, certified relationship coach.
Uplift that man. Uplift that man. I mean, he uplifts you too, don't get me wrong, but uplift that man.
I got you. I'm going to uplift him. And people, that was relationship portion with Dr. Heavenly. Somebody said, girl, you're going to break up some relationships, honey. Yes. I mean, sometimes.
If I can break it up with that one word, it wasn't too stable anyway.
It wasn't too stable. So people, ladies, don't feel too bad. Don't feel too bad, honey. Do not feel too bad. Okay. So Dr. Heavenly, speaking of, you being married, we're gonna talk about Married to Medicine. Y'all just wrapped up season 8. All right. Did you think the show was gonna last this long? 8 seasons. That is incredible. And this was actually a pretty good season this year. So talk about season 8. And I know you said you did not expect it to last this long.
I did not. I don't even know how I got on reality TV. I do know when a certain person she was pitching the show to different people. I was in the pilot for the pitch. But when the show got so shit, I was like, listen, I don't want to do this. I'm a doctor. I own 9 practices. I know what reality TV is. And I didn't watch it, but I knew what Nene was and that's all I knew. Yes, with the, African Americans. But I'm a businesswoman. So the second year when it came out, I was like, what can I do with this platform? What can I do? And I think people can see between the reads and the shade, the real intelligence behind it, And I was so happy last year they let me show my son get his real estate license. They let me show me helping him learn how to invest in real estate. We talked about generational wealth, all that kind of stuff that we as Black people need to hear. Not just all the rah-rah. I mean, y'all tune in for the mess. But we also need some education at the same time. And that's what I try to buffer with my YouTube channel. Some education with the mess, with dance and that kind of stuff. So well-rounded.
So I'm happy you brought that up, that people tune in for the mess. And by the way, I watch your YouTube live and you are funny. Okay? What Dr. Heavenly said is what you see is what you get with me. Okay?
Absolutely.
So you talked about the mess. So when you started Married to Medicine, do you feel like it took away from your brand in a sense of, let me say this, there's people who out there who have definitely accomplishments as you, but all people see is the mess. And they're like, oh, I don't know about her. Like they judge you quick off of what they see on television rather than your background, your accolades, your accomplishments. Have that ever been an issue for you where people discredit you in a sense?
No, not really. I'm sure there's people out there that probably would never come to my practice because I'm on reality TV, but I got so many people because of it, or because of my accolades and my skills, and I think they can see beyond that. I mean, you can see the before and after. You know what Dr. Heavenly doing. So no, it has not. I think people can see past it. I mean, at the end of the day, a doctor's degree, you can't be too dumb. You know what I mean? You can't have all these businesses and these accolades being too dumb. But I think that my husband is more like brand awareness. You know what I mean? Like he won't do certain things on TV. He's very cautious of his brand because he's an MD. But me, I just had a good time. And, at that point, daddy working. I was trying to see what happened, and it actually worked out for me very well. It actually increased my business. But it was a big decision because I was like, hey, you know what? Suppose don't nobody want to come. But praise the Lord, they have.
Definitely. So how did that affect your husband as well? Did he get more practice or anything like that?
Absolutely, absolutely. Everybody wants to come to Dr. Damon. Damon has a pain practice. He doesn't market it as much as I do, but he really doesn't need it. He's actually a personal injury, and he does a lot of pain cases and procedures. But yeah, his practice is booming in Roswell. He has a surgical center. He has a second location in Decatur, and he's doing really well. And I know the show has helped him. A lot of those attorneys know him from reality TV, and they know his mild-manneredness and his the way he's well-spoken and highly educated. He's triple boarded. A lot of those people refer to him. I mean, and that's all it takes is for a few attorneys to refer you all their cases, and you booming with personal injury.
Got you. So let's talk about season 8. How was season 8 different from the rest of the season that you've done? Now, I've been a fan of Married to Medicine for years. I watched it with my mom when I was younger. Then watch you all, I attend some as far as like with Dr. Jackie. I met her a few times, Dr. Simone. So how has season 8 been different than the rest of the season?
I think this season, like I said before, it actually highlighted, my businesses. Nobody had ever really seen, I mean, they saw it, but to me, they highlighted it. They let me show before and afters of my dental work. Like you say, they showed the interaction of me and my children, not just my little girl. My little boy was there. One of my sons, they showed my other son shadowing me. So me more as a wife and a mother, and I always have been proud to say I'm that first before I'm a doctor, and they actually showed it. So I was happy about that.
Yes, my favorite episode, I have to say, was dear to my heart was the Black Lives Matter episode when you all talked to Rev Sharpen, an attorney, and sitting there, him saying like 60-something years ago, there were no Black doctors. What you have now is a privilege compared to how it was during the Civil Rights Movement. So how was that moment for you hearing from Reverend Al Sharpton and being in DC and fighting for your rights and being a Black doctor? I think the percentage is still slim.
I would say that season was the single most incredible thing that we've ever done on the show. When we went to Black Lives Matter, we met attorney Ben Crump, Al Sharpton. I like I say, I'm a regular girl, but this show has allowed me access to meet so many people and be in the room with so many people. And I'm just in awe that I got to sit there and ask him questions and sat down to dinner. And then we watched the Black Lives Matter movement, the speeches and all of that. And we were actually a part of that whole thing. I don't know if you remember, my husband did the COVID testing because he had Georgia Know Your Status. He was doing COVID testing here. Al Sharpton asked him to do it for the Holy Man. And it was just wow that they allowed us to cover it on Married to Medicine. So, I say one thing about Married to Medicine, we've had some real moments. Even like when my husband went back to Barbados, he would have never got a private investigator to find out where his dad's gravesite was. They did that. I mean, it's been some memorable moments, and it's been amazing, actually.
And I've seen that episode, and I had a connection with that episode because my father is from Barbados, but I don't know him. It's like I don't know him, he don't know me. So I did ancestry.com. I've done so much things to find him, and I kind of gave up on it in a sense. But even though the age that I'm at, I still have that background in my mind, like what if he's still alive or things like that. So I connected with that episode so much because I could relate to him in sense of having a parent from the island. So that was amazing.
Yeah, Damon knew his name, and that's all. And about
that's all I know is his name.
And I'm telling you, Bravo got those private investigators and found him his gravesite. So it was amazing. He would have never done that.
Okay, well, I need to hit up Bravo because they need to take another trip back to Barbados, definitely. So you speaking on your children, I see that you are promoting generational wealth with your children. I know you and your son do real estate. You and your daughter, the Heavenly Beauty, that I couldn't make the grand opening. I know you had a couple. I think you had a soft and a grand, but I couldn't.
The grand opening I filmed on Married to Medicine. So
you did? Okay, so talk about you promoting generational wealth. And the funny thing is, when I went on your YouTube live, when you actually discussed it, one thing you said was kids don't like to work no more.
Absolutely not. But I started Heavenly Beauty. Because my daughter loves beauty supply. She's always in a beauty supply store. And, you want 7 streams of income, but you want an income where you don't actually have to be at the job, And for me, dentistry, and I've run several practices, had different doctors. But for me, the beauty supply store was something that she liked to do, and I like to do as well. And I didn't have to be there. And basically all the money that we're making from that beauty supply store goes in a trust for my daughter. So I did it for her and my kids, you know, so they have something. I'm heavily invested in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and all of that. But I invest that money, all of it actually, for my children.
And that's, first of all, that is amazing. So shout out to you, including your children in the journey with you. And I know one of your recent babies that you have is Dr. Heavenly University. So talk about that. I know it's to build, grow, and prosper, you know, the dental practice, people buying their first building. I know you digging deep into this one. So talk about your Heavenly University.
You know, Dr. Heavenly University is not new. I've actually done it twice.
Twice, okay.
It actually slowed down because we were filming with Bravo, but I said I needed to bring it back because I see so many African Americans come right out of school, get a bad loan from these places, and never really get out of debt. Or they come into a practice and don't know anything about running a business. Now, they know the clinics, they know how to cut a crown prep, they know how to do a root canal, but they don't know the business behind it. Okay. So Dr. Heavenly University for people like us, because when I go to all these CE courses for all on fours, implants, the ICOI and all that, I'm the only sister. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, like, if I can get some of these instructors with my platform to get them here to educate not just us, but anybody, everybody, but I want us to come to show you that you can make multi-millions in dentistry. You just have to know how to market. You have to know how to get the right labs, to negotiate the right fees and all that kind of stuff, and start out right. So you don't come out owing $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 in your practice after coming out of dental school with student loans, and learn how to start and run a successful dental practice, and you know, learn how to do the high-end procedures as well.
Okay, and who qualifies for this? Is this somebody already in the industry? Are these for recent graduates?
This is for dentists. Recent graduates are probably the highest in numbers that have registered. And I actually gave some free tickets to some dental students that are like seniors in dental school. So they'll start out early. They'll learn how to not go into debt, because any business is about keeping your overhead low and keeping your production high. And how to market it, how to market yourself, and to be an implant specialist or specialist, and just knowing how to run a business. I mean, I ran 9 of them. You know, I know what to do, what not to do. I know where to go and what not to do. I have good consultants. I have good realtors. I have great attorneys. I have everything. And I just want to give people the information so they can do well as well.
Have you ever connected back to FAMU and your medical school that you attended to join Dr. Heavenly University?
Absolutely, absolutely. The flyers are at Meharry right now. So that's Dr. Heavenly University is specifically for dentists or somebody who's a senior in dental school or a newly grad or older dentist. So it's specifically for dentists, but absolutely I've been to Meharry. My nephew actually is a student at Meharry. I think he's a sophomore now. But he actually put the flyers out there. Of course, I know all the instructors there. FAMU, I go back often. My daughter wants to be a Rattler. She's going to school out there. She's going to go. She's a junior in high school right now, but she's applying, taking her SATs, and she wants to go to FAMU. So, yeah, I give back, and I make sure that, I stay involved with my HBCUs. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Got to.
You definitely have to. So, Dr. Heavenly, this has been such an incredible, amazing interview. And people out there, if you are thinking about being a dentist, or if you're in school, you're in med school, and you have any questions, of course, Dr. Heavenly University is open, and is applications accepted as well?
And you register on my website, drheavenlyuniversity.com. The registration fee is $19.95, but you do get 16 CE credits. We need 20 CE credits every 2 years, so that's actually a really, really good deal. And we're giving you all the information, the labs and my implant companies and all that are going to give my network discounts on their purchases. So it's actually really worth the time.
Okay, you see, I ain't know what CE16. Okay, I ain't know none of that. So look at me learning as well. So Dr. Heavenly, before you go, I just want to play a quick game with you. A couple questions. It's called Would You Rather, okay? So would you rather do this or would you rather do that? First question, would you rather your career or would you rather love?
Love. Easy.
Maybe I ain't experienced love yet, so you know
Girl,
the millennial in me.
It ain't nothing like it, baby. I traded all in for you, baby. Woo, my man, girl, you don't understand. I ain't even lying either. I ain't even lying.
No, trust me, I know you ain't lying. So people, I pray to experience that love you got. So everybody, Dr. Heavenly is choosing love over her career. Also, would you rather say something nice or say nothing at all?
Let me say nothing. Because my nice might not be your nice, so I need to just be quiet.
When I was watching this season, and I think Anila, and when she said, "Oh, I'm a blogger," Dr. Heavenly was like, "I don't think that's a job." I'm like, "Oh my God, Dr. Heavenly now."
Yeah, I know y'all tune in for the mess, but the thing about it is, I have this dilemma: is it better to tell the truth, or is it better to tell the lie? Because I be telling the truth. They be lying, and they be more mad at my truth about them than the lies they tell. So I don't know. Should I lie? I don't know. Or should I continue to tell the truth? I think the best answer is just to be quiet.
Be quiet, but I think that's kind of hard too, especially.
Oh no, I can't do that and run a TV and be on a TV show. Can't do that. So.
Okay, got you. So one question: would you rather braces or Invisaligns?
Braces.
I got Invisaligns in. What's wrong with Invisalign?
You know, for my kids, they got Invisalign is patient compliant. I have so many people that pay that $5,000 for Invisalign and don't never freaking wear them. You know what I mean? Because when you take them off, they hurt so bad. Nobody wants to put them back in, and you can tell they ain't been wearing them. Braces, you put them on, tighten them on, they can't get them off, so the actual movement happens, and then you still got to wear a retainer anyway. So braces.
Yeah, shout out to my people wearing these Invisaligns. You know, that braces was kind of high, girl. Okay. I had to stoop it just a little low. And last question, would you rather continue being in TV, reality TV, or would you rather just stay running your business behind the scenes?
I need to do both. Both.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do both. So yeah, both.
Both, got you.
I think that reality TV is a way of marketing your business to millions of people for free. Actually, they pay you heavily to do it. So yeah, I do both. Keep your business and your reality TV. So once you build your business up, even when the reality TV goes away, you still got your business.
Got you. And one question from the audience before we go: what is some advice you would give to a young woman of color entering the beauty industry, since it's an industry that we often shut out of and underrepresented?
Just make sure you get in the networks. As I've been in the beauty supply industry, they have Facebook groups. They have different groups that'll help you. You know, a lot of times the Asians will not allow you to purchase certain products, or they'll make it so high that you have to buy it in bulk. So if you can't afford it, then you're kind of slammed out of the industry. They have groups in Facebook, groups on different platforms, Clubhouse and that kind of stuff, that the people get together and they buy the stuff together, you know, to actually buy, you know.
And one thing that you mentioned on your IG Live is that you said, when you talked about the Heavenly Beauty, is you said, look, teeth is what you know. Right. But you realize that it's a need in this industry for Black women. So it's crazy to me how it's still a need when Black women, we're the trend of everything.
Right. You know? We spend billions of dollars in that industry, and we are getting to own them now, thanks to, people like Leah Diaz, who owns seven beauty supply stores in LA, who actually is my mentor. But we get into it now. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Ain't no way we're going to be buying this hair, this makeup, and all that, and be disrespected or put it in a place that is so junky that you could tell the people don't give a damn about you. So, I mean, if you're going to spend your money, at least be treated fairly.
Got you. And one more question. Students said, how can we apply to Dr. Heavenly University? I know you said you can register on your website, correct?
Right, drheavenlyuniversity.com.
Gotcha. Okay, Dr. Heavenly, this has been such an amazing interview, and I just want to thank you one more time for doing this interview with me and Media Girls Network. I felt like it was a personal connection here. I felt like you're about to call me tomorrow to go get some drinks or something, you know?
We got to go eat, honey.
Right, got you. And when is enrollment for the university?
It's right now. The university is December 10th through 12th. You want to register today, because we don't have that many seats left, So register as soon as possible. Yeah, it's $1,995. You get 16 CE credits. We got a guy that's going to go through implants and all on fours. If you're a dentist, you know what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about the real estate. We're going to talk about the marketing. We're going to talk about the banking system, how to get the money, what to get and what not to get. The best places to buy your supplies from, your implants, that kind of stuff. So it's multifaceted. It's 2.5 days of packed learning, and just learning how to start and run a successful dental practice.
Gotcha. And now, everyone, I made sure to get as much questions as possible. I know that was the number one question that I did see was, when is enrollment? Dr. Heavenly answered that. And also you get all information on her website as well. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank
No,
you.
no problem.
Yeah, have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye, baby.